So first of all, for making any carved cakes, what you need is a proper template. A template means that whatever you are going to carve with the cake, you need to first actually get a print of it and make sure you get the print as per the size. If you don't get exactly as per the size, you will not have an idea of how much cake you would require to bake for this particular sculpture, right? So first of all, I just measured my the horse face, how much I wanted, and then I baked a cake. This is approximately a 9 by 9 square cake, right? Now what I'll do is I'll slit this cake into halves, right, and I'll ganache it. I'll not first carve and then I'll ganache. I'll first slit my whole cake, I'll ganache it, and then I will carve the face. So here we go, we slit the cake into just one half. There you go, right, and remove the top half. Okay, now I'm here using ganache filling. What you can use even buttercream filling in between the layers. It's okay if you don't go on the edges much. We mainly require on the center part of the cake, right, because the face is going to get trimmed from there. That's it. Okay, just place the top half on this. Now what we are going to do is we're going to take the template and we'll cut along the borders like so. Okay, we don't need the ear portion here because that is an outer area which we will be fixing it later on. So we'll just plainly cut this face. That's it. Now just cut a straight line this way. Okay, so here you get the exact template of your horse, right? Just put it over here, and with the help of a small serrated knife, like something like this works the best. Start cutting a little further from the exact template, so you have the scope of improvising in case if you're not getting the exact shape. I'm just leaving a little gap, not much. This way. Now the face portion, the front part, go straight down, remove the excess portion and leave it this way. We are going to use some portion of this to give depth to the structure. Okay, now start rounding off the edges this way. The template needs to be there still. You need to be very slow when you're carving a cake, because a little bit of more you just scrap out means you're gone. The shape is going to be very bad later on, and it will take you ages to mend it up. Okay, now what I do over here is just remove the excess from here. I need this line, right? So now what I will do is, with my knife I will just poke in and make a dent like this. This is a guideline where I am going to give a depth to my face, right? See, can you see? Here it is. Now what I will do is, I'll scrape off on here a little bit more, so I get the line seen properly. Now I'll again reshape it a little bit more. Okay, just remove the excess from here. It looks a little bit messy, but that's how it is. Okay, so now after cutting this, I'm again placing my template to figure out where his nostrils would be, right? So again the same technique goes, just make a curve like this, right? And he has a beautiful smile here. So what I'll do is, I'll again do the same technique which I used over here, right? That's it. Okay, so here it would be his nose, nostrils here, and the smile goes here. This is optional, you can do it right away or you can do it later on as well, after covering it with fondant. Okay, that's it. Just clear off the board first, and okay, now on the edges part, to give it a more proper look, what I do is, I'll just go a little around the edges and round it off at the bottom as well. That's it, and we are good to go with the face. This is the basic face. Now what we are going to do is, we will be ganashing this, and we will be giving certain dents and depth to the face and everywhere. How will you give it a more 2D effect is, like we have these scraps left out of what we carved from the cake, right? So now what I'll do is, it already has a layer of ganache in between this, right? So I'll just make a quick cake pop mix out of this, and I will be using it on few places to give the depth of the face, right? So it looks much more realistic. Yeah, just a little, we don't need too much. Okay, if you feel it's a little bit dry, you can definitely add a little bit of ganache to it. You can even make it with buttercream. Okay, what I want is, I want a bulge over here and few depths on the sides, right? So what I will do is, I'll take a little bit of mixture and make a round ball of it and do this. So it has a lift over here, a little bit of chubbier look. Just, we don't want it to look too big, so I'm just using very little. Don't forget to again give the dent over here. Yep, that's it. Okay, now for the extra dents which I was talking about, what I'll do is I'll just cut a little bit of here like this. That's it. That's it. Okay, we are good to go, right? You have to smudge it along with your cake so it does not look as a patch. So I'm just carving a little bit of that also, flattening on the sides and everywhere. That's it. Okay, to remove my scraps, I'll just use a soft smoother. Just fixing the crumbs as much as possible. Okay, can you see a dent over here? So what I can do is I can use my cake pop mix and fix it this way. Rest I'll be covering it with ganache. That's it. Okay, so I'm good to go with the ganache. Okay, so first we will now crumb coat our cake. Just a little bit of ganache, and that's it. Spread it evenly. We are going to do it with a loose ganache. We don't want too hard ganache because it would not spread properly and it will be really difficult for you to get the shape, exact shape what we are looking for of the horse face, right? Try working with the dents and the 2D effect which we have created initially. Ganache like this, slowly going all around the edges. Okay, the ganache has not to be too loose, it has to be loose enough, spreadable consistency it has to be, right? When you're applying this ganache, it has to start setting around your cake. Then we will pop it in the fridge for another 10-15 minutes till you touch the ganache and the ganache is not sticking to your hand. We are just sealing the crumbs at this stage, right? And with the help of my soft smoother, I'll just finish the cake like so. Okay, we had rounded off the edges on few areas on the sides, so we need to use the bench scraper accordingly. your soft smoothness accordingly, right? Yeah, good to go with the first ganache step. Now we'll just pop it in the fridge. That's it.